Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. On to the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai. It's going to be a daily scripture and before camp. And this morning, this particular scripture popped up again. So I was, I did the show already on this particular verse, and I'm saying to myself, why out of millions of scriptures, all right, there's books and there's verses. Out of all these verses in the scriptures, the good word, the good news, why did this thing come up twice? Well, one thing is spiritual, and another thing is too that the app, the people that run this app, they don't know what, they don't know what to put up. And that's what the thing that was kind of dawning to my head is like, you have a whole bunch of different scriptures, because I already did a show on this, and I'm gonna read it. It says, be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. Right? Because being a doer is what? To make things into action. To go out there in the highways and byways like the Lord commanded us to do. Alright? And tell the children of Israel that the good news. Alright? By deceiving yourself is just taking the good word and then just keeping it. Okay? So, not a lot of other scriptures come into mind, but like I said, that's it's the spirit of the Lord, because the spirit works. You can't do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. So the spirit is working in a way of being repetitive, because that's how the Lord operates. He tells you more than once. He tells you in code. Okay, so the main scripture I wanna bring up is this particular scripture. Because at the end of the day, is the word of the Lord being pushed. Isaiah 28. I should start 6. Nope. Isaiah 28 and 5. In that day shall the Lord of hosts be of a crown of glory, and for a diadem of beauty unto the residue of his people, which is who? The elect of the nation of Israel. Alright? The Lord's going to crown the elect. The Lord's going to be over us. Alright? In beauty, in glory. And for a spirit of judgment to him that sitteth in the judgment, and for the strength to them that turn the battle to the gate. But they also erred through wine. So here it is, you have the outcome where it's going to take place. Okay, the ultimate outcome is Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai is going to save his people. He's going to crown the elect. Okay, and the 2/3 of the nation of Israel is going to come through the elect. This is the good news, all right? Being a Hebrew Israelite is a blessing. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But the ones that are the 2/3 that didn't take heed, and it's going to explain why they didn't take heed and why they're going to be judged the way they're going to be judged. It says, but they also erred through wine, through strong drink, and out of the way. So what is the wine and the strong drink? These different philosophies, different gods. All right. I had somebody in my comment board. I don't know how, sometimes your channel is low key, but you have these weirdos that's coming up trying to tell you something. And they don't even, it's like they don't even hear what I'm, what the script, what the lesson was all about. So I had this guy talking about Allah this and Allah that, and how Allah is great. But Allah just means power in the Hebrew. That's all it means. It don't mean one God. It just means Allah means powers. Okay? different gods, the smaller G. Okay, but that he's drinking some strong drink. Okay, now he could be a Jake that did that, or it could be a regular Ishmaelite. But everybody's drinking some strong drink right now. And it says, and out of the way the priests and the prophet have erred with these different camps, right? Through strong drink they are swallowed up, of wine they are out of the way. Through strong drink they err in vision, they stumble in judgment. They err in vision, which what? They can't see the foreseeable future. In order to be a prophet, you have to be a seer. Before it was called prophets, it was called seers. And seers is what? And a prophet is what? To see and to say before. All right? So they saw the future and it was letting people know. All right? So they didn't, a prophet's job is to stumble of a vision of judgment. He's supposed to perform that act, which is what? Going back to being a doer. It says, for all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so there's no clean place, because they believe in the philosophies of this world. All right, that Jesus loved everybody. You know, that everybody can make it. This is a vain thing. This is nothing. It's of no value. Each different God has some different attributes about them, what they like, and you know, this is all madness, man. So the Lord he's breaking it down. It says, verse 9, whom shall he teach knowledge? On whom Slakia. Whom shall he teach knowledge? On whom shall he make to understand doctrine? All right, them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, because it goes back to be what? Born again. And being born again is an act. All right, you're not gonna go into your mother's womb again. It's a physical act. So you gotta flush out it's a physical and spiritual. Where you have to flush out all the filthiness of the world. All right, in order to obtain to be a new creature. So that once you get rid of all the filthiness of this world, the things that you've been taught, the strong drinks that you've been caught up in, what ends up happening? You be born again, need to be taught right. The scripture says that another should teach you again. Okay, so you need to be taught as a child. There's nothing wrong with that, because we've been polluted this whole entire existence here in this side of the world. Okay, we've been taught that it was only one attribute that matters, and that's the most overabused English language word. I'll keep saying it because it's true. Love is the most abused word in the English vocabulary. All right. So we've been taught lies. We've been taught devastating lies. You know, it says, them that are weaned from the milk, which is what? The basic scriptures, which will tell you who you are. What is the name of your God? Okay. What is your purpose? Okay. Who's the enemy? Who are the people? These are the basic stuff. It says, and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here line upon line, here a little and there a little. And that's how you break down the scriptures. Okay, that's how you break down the code that is given. Because this secret is not given to anybody. It's given to a particular man. Since I said that, real quick, just to back up. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 51. 2nd Ezra 8:51. It says, but understand for thyself and seek out glory for such as be like unto thee. So going to being a doer, we're not going out there to seek any old people. We out here to seek the ones like us, in a like mind, in a like manner. All right. The scripture says that the word is like a net. All right. And a fisherman, when he sends his net, when he pulls it back up, when he catches enough fish, It's not always that you get the good fish. The certain fish or abominable things in our law, because the world, if you catch a whole bunch of shit, sea creatures, they'll just take whatever it takes and they'll eat it. They'll sell it. All right? But we're not supposed to have no crabs, lobster, catfish, shrimp. Okay? What's another shit that these people eat? I can't think of right now. Crawfish and all this other madness. Those are the things that you're supposed to just throw back away. But the ones that is like you, a nice clean thing, you're supposed to keep. So we're supposed to keep like manna. So this bait that we sending out is not a gimmicky bait. Is a people that's part of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So how you supposed to break it down to them? You're supposed to break it down to them by precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Because it's everything is written in code. It says, for with stammering lips and another tongue, which it could be English, Spanish, French, whatever. All right, the Lord's gonna set up a prophet in order to teach the people in that particular language, the Israelite in that particular language, and condemning the other nations in that particular language that everybody's accustomed to. All right, it's not that hard. That doesn't mean like the brothers had some clown come back by the camp, the elder brother Barak Abba and Shemaiah one, talking about you gotta stick to English, the name of belittling the name of the Lord because people won't understand. It's not about the people understanding, it's about them understanding the code. If you don't understand what is being spoken, then the Lord's not dealing with you. Matthew 13:9 tells you, because it was given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it wasn't. And now who was them? It was talking about the other people. So this is a code. This is a secret, a public secret that only a few people may understand. It says to him, he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest. So this is the rest, knowing the scriptures. All right. Going back to, I might go back to that. Now I'm thinking about it. Hold on. Going back to this, it says, but be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, because this is the rest. All right. This is everything. It's about the act that you do. It's about you going out in the highways and byways. Your mind, your spirit be at ease because you got the truth. All right. So you go out there and perform that truth. It says deceiving your own selves. So you hear this good as somebody deceiving their own selves. They hear the word and they don't do nothing about it. They don't have no rest. Okay. The Lord said, I shall give them a water that they won't thirst no more. So this truth, all right, knowing that we are Hebrew Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're not that what the world calls you. You are something great. You are the sons of God. Knowing that alone should give you rest in your spirit. But it doesn't give a rest to the spirit of them because I'm talking about the other people that doesn't hear this word, because they have itching ears and they themselves, all right, are part of this world. So they can never be found rest. They will never be satisfied. Going back to this real quick, and it says, Isaiah 28:12, to him he said, this is the rest wherewith you cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, yet the word, yet they would not hear, because 2/3 of the nation of Israel will not hear it. All right, 2/3 of the nation of Israel will not take this thing and run with it. They don't believe in the spirit in this thing, so they're gonna be constantly weary. They're gonna be constantly be weak. They're gonna be constantly be attacked because it's open season onto them. Sorry. It says, but the word of the Lord was unto them precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken. Right? So you see the difference. One people are going to hear it, they're going to find rest, and another people is going to be destroyed. by the word, the same word. It says, wherefore hear the word of the Lord, you scornful men that rule this people, which is in Jerusalem, because you have said, we have made a covenant with death. And with hell we are in agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, and shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we have hid ourselves. And that goes into the sellouts of our people that want to keep this philosophy, that want to keep the things of this world going the way it is, because they're in a position where they feel like they're rich. They're in a position of power. All right, these sellouts amongst our people, celebrities and so forth, even people that's not celebrities, people that keeps the this current order in play. Okay, these are the same people that's going to be destroyed. But I didn't want to go into that. That's a whole nother thing. But the point is that the scriptures need to be read line upon line, here a little, there a little. All right, and a lot of times the Lord will repeat the same thing in different chapters because he's trying to convey a point. Okay, in order to understand that, you have to understand the code that is being broken. So that was something real quick through the spirit. I'm about to head to camp. So shalom to the elected nation, and shalom.